Oh my gosh, Agnes Eva, my head is getting ready to explode by wearing this. This is freaking awesome. Um, as y'all probably already know from the title of this, I am reviewing or going to talk to you about Lotus pour Homme Intense by Issey Miyake. Oh man, this is so beautiful. This actually is making me have an even better day, I think. Um, my really good friend on Facebook and in YouTube, she has a YouTube channel also, Agnes Eva. I've been in FragCom, the fragrance community, for a while, and I don't think I've ever heard of this. I might have, but I didn't pay attention to it. The last few weeks, she's been talking about this, and she did a review on it, and we discussed it on Messenger, I believe. So I decided to go ahead and get it. And man, am I glad that I got this. This is freaking awesome. Actually, let me tell you some basics first, and I'm excited to tell y'all about this. Come out in 2007. 2007. This is Eau de Toilette. This is the intense version of the original that come out, I think, in 1994 or something. The notes to this are tangerine, bergamot, yuzu, orange, blue lotus, cardamom, cinnamon, saffron, nutmeg, incense, amber, benzoin, papyrus, and gray amber. So there's a lot going on in this fragrance. And oh man, I put the dry down. I sprayed this so I could tell you about the dry down a few hours ago, like 3 hours ago. And I sprayed it on, and I was going outside to pet my neighbor's cat. And I got a whiff of it, and I kept smelling my arm, and I could not stop smelling my arm. And I don't know if my neighbors were looking out the window. They usually do, but I know they were probably saying, why does he keep sniffing his arm and smiling? Is he like on drugs or something? It probably looked like that, because I couldn't stop sniffing my arm. They were probably thinking, what the hell is he doing? But let me tell you about the opening. I'll spray this on my left arm and let that calm down for a second. Oh wow, I can smell that. I don't even have to put my nose up. This stuff is, you see this intense on the bottle? It belongs there because this stuff is intense, but not in a bad way. This is a freaking awesome intense. Whew. That is such a beautiful opening. That is such a beautiful citrus opening. It really is. That yuzu is an unusual citrus. It's, I believe, an Asian citrus. It's sort of like a combination of lemon and lime, I believe. But it's a combination of different citruses, and it's an unusual citrus opening to me. There's a lot of citrus going on, but that yuzu gives it a very unique citrus. It's supposed to be bitter, but I don't really get that much bitter. I don't get sweet, but I don't get bitter anyway. I don't get bitter that much. But it's so unusual and so unique smelling, the opening. But this is the fourth time I wear this. I've worn this. Yep, it's already starting. Just like after I spray, I get a beautiful citrus. And no more than a couple of minutes into the opening, that incense comes in. And it's so beautiful. Actually, you know something? This reminds me of something. It doesn't smell like it, but the feeling I get from wearing both of these are the same. Encre Noir Sport. Every time I wear that, and when I've reviewed it, I mention it. Encre Noir Sport is so beautiful and so alive, but there's something in the background that's darkness, and it's sort of a combination of beauty and darkness. And this is the same feeling I get, even though they don't smell the same. I get the same feeling. This is such a beautiful, sharp citrus opening, but when that incense comes in, it gives it like a darkness to it, and it's so beautiful. That citrus and that incense. Oh, that's so beautiful. So unusual opening. And the thing about this fragrance is this is a kind of fragrance that I won't be able to go into detail about the development, because there's so much going on, but in a good way, that I won't be able to pick out the notes and tell you when I smell them, and when they come in and when they leave. It's not really like that. And even though there's so much going on, I actually believe I smell some saffron, because I know what saffron smells like. And there seems like a little bit of saffron in here too, with that incense and that citrus. But there's so much going on all the way through the life of the fragrance. But it's all of it, the opening and the mid and the dry down, is so beautiful. I get so many things. There is a spiciness, and it's probably from that cardamom and cinnamon, and the incense. And I think one thing that gives it a little bit of darkness, other than that incense, is that papyrus. Papyrus to me gives a fragrance a little bit of darkness. But instead of going through the notes and try to tell you the development, I'll tell you more like the accords. This is very clean, very incensey, very dark. There's spices. In the mid, there's like woods that comes in. There's a little bit of sweetness to it. It might be from that blue lotus. And the dry down, it gets a little bit more smooth, I think, with that benzoin and the amber and the gray amber. But the feeling I get from this, to me, is more important than worrying about the notes and the accords. The feeling that I get from this is the main thing to me. This makes me happy. And I think it's because of just the blending of the notes and the accords that I get from this. And there's so much going on. It makes me feel energized, and it makes me feel happy. But there's like also that darkness, like it seems like it's looming in the background, sort of gives me a weird feeling too, but not in a bad way. But this makes me feel happy and energized, especially with that citrus. That yuzu goes all the way to the dry down, the life of the fragrance, and it's so beautiful. But there's so many things going on, the spiciness, and it just makes me feel it. This is not a relaxed fragrance to me. This makes me feel like doing things, and it makes me happy. I haven't been to a party in probably 10 or 15 years. This actually makes me feel like partying in a way. But what a beautiful, unusual fragrance. I am so happy. I am so happy that I have this. I almost ordered the small bottle of this, and I ended up getting the big bottle. This is the 4.2 fluid ounce, the 125 ml. Because I wasn't sure if I would like it or not, and I got it and sprayed it on. And I was like, yes, man, I am so glad I got the big bottle. Because if I would have sprayed this on and had the little tiny bottle, I would probably have been pissed, because I would have been like, damn, man, I wish I would have got the big bottle, but I don't have to worry about that. And this is actually going to take me, I'm going to be like rocking the crap out of this summer, because I think this would be an excellent summer fragrance. I won't get through it this summer, even though I'm going to like be wearing this like a lot. This will probably last me until the end of next summer, probably. It'll take me a while to go through this, but I was thinking about that yesterday when I was wearing it. I was like, man, I'm glad I got the big bottle, but man, I love this so much. I'm actually thinking about getting a backup bottle, because I've had fragrances that I love that had been discontinued. So I don't want that to happen. I want this in my collection for the rest of my life. So it's so inexpensive now, I actually might get a backup bottle of this just to make sure I have like a lifetime supply of this. But yeah, the feeling that I get from this is more important than the notes. This makes me happy, and it's a clean smelling fragrance with the darkness in the background, but it has the spiciness with the cinnamon and cardamom, and it has the woods, and it has the amber and the dry down to get to like smooth it off. But what a great fragrance. I am so happy. I was having a good day anyway, but wearing this made me even more happy, because fragrances do that to me. Fragrances can change my mood, and it just does. They just change my mood. I don't know why. I'm just like that. Fragrances are so important to me. They affect me mentally and emotionally, and actually sometimes physically. But citrusy, clean, darkness. I even think the nutmeg sort of like gives it an unusual twist. It puts an unusual twist into everything also. But smooth amber in the dry down is just an absolutely beautiful scent. And man, I am so grateful to you, Agnes Eva, for turning me on to this. I am so glad that you did, because I would have missed out on this. Wow. My head's getting ready to explode, because that's the kind of fragrance it is. It makes my head want to explode. I just feel like going because there's so much going on, and so much intense stuff going on. And it makes me feel like going out and doing things. But anyway, wow. Whew. I actually got the chills, just like, I don't know why I got the chills. It just like, I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Agnes Eva, for this. I might go to a party tonight. Who knows? I'll be rocking my Lotus A Pour Homme Intense. But anyway, I hope you got something from this. And this is actually very, very inexpensive. I think I got this 125 mil for like, I think it was like under $40. So I'll put the link in the description on where you can get this. And yeah, if you don't have this, get this. I'm not recommending this. I'm like telling you, you need to get this in your collection. Whether you're new to, fragrances, or you've been doing this for 40 years like me, you need this in your collection. You really do, especially for the price. My God. And another thing that I wanted to mention is the performances through the freaking roof. I put this on yesterday. I sprayed it on at 7:30 in the morning. I went to work, worked an 8.5-hour shift, came back home, and it was still like coming off me. And this was only from like 4 sprays, 2 sprays on this arm, 2 sprays on this arm. So I know for a fact, on me personally, this lasts a minimum of 9 hours. And I think that I'm getting 10 to 11 hours from this on me. And it's a good 3 to 4 hours projection. And I'm talking about a few feet projection, because people smelled me at work even after a couple hours. Some of the people that I work with wanted to know what I had on. So I don't care about compliments that much, but it is, people will want to know what you have on. So anyway, I get chills. Anyway, I gotta go, and Man, ooh. I'll put the link in the description on where you can get this. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, I love y'all. Bye.